Welcome to this explainer. I am so thrilled you're here today because we are jumping straight into a fascinating concept. We're looking at something that beautifully bridges ancient numerology, modern psychology, and one of history's most enigmatic inventors. We're talking about the 369 manifestation method, which a lot of people actually consider to be Tesla's key to the universe. We're going to break down exactly how it works, why people use it, and the actual psychology behind it all. Okay, let's just dive right in with the man himself. Nikola Tesla famously stated, "If you knew the magnificence of the numbers 3, 6, and 9, you have the key to the universe." Now, we all know Tesla as this brilliant Serbian-American inventor, the genius behind alternating current, right? But his fascination with these specific numbers bordered on total obsession. I mean, the guy would literally walk around a building 3 times before he'd even go inside. He noticed that in vortex mathematics and just out in nature, these numbers were constantly showing up as universal patterns. He genuinely believed that 3, 6, and 9 held a divine significance. And this next quote brilliantly illustrates how that mathematical obsession connected to his whole worldview. Tesla also said, "If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." Now, for anyone practicing the 369 method today, those 3 concepts, energy, frequency, and vibration, they're basically seen as the exact foundational ingredients you need for manifestation. It's this idea that by focusing your energy in a really specific, repetitive frequency, you can actually align your own vibrations with the exact things you're trying to achieve. So, Section 1, the meaning of the numbers, breaking down 3, 6, and 9. So, what do these numbers actually mean in a practical sense? Well, in this practice, each number carries a very specific energetic weight. The number 3 represents creation, expression, and a direct connection to the divine. The number 6, that stands for balance, harmony, and that inner strength we all have, which is rooted in love. And finally, the number 9 symbolizes completion, wisdom, and letting go of negativity so you can achieve spiritual awakening. When you put them all together, 369 is essentially viewed by practitioners as a master activation code. It's believed to be the bridge that links your internal thoughts directly to your physical reality. Moving right along to Section 2, the 33-day journaling method, Corinne Yee and Abraham Hicks. Now, what's really interesting here is how we actually put this into practice. Let's look at the most popular modern application of these numbers. It's a journaling method that brilliantly mashes up Tesla's mathematical theories with the teachings of manifestation expert Abraham Hicks. And believe it or not, it all hinges on the number 17. According to the readings of Abraham Hicks, 17 seconds is the exact amount of time it takes for the human brain to create the energy of a focused thought. The working theory is that if you can just hold an idea in your mind for 17 seconds, your brain begins to align you with the energy of that exact thing you're claiming. So step 1 in this method is crafting your 17-second manifestation. Usually, this means writing down a specific desire that's about 2 sentences long. But here's the catch. You can't just write some dry, emotionless goal. You have to write it in the present tense, you have to start with gratitude, and you absolutely must use what are called kinesthetic words. Basically, these are words that evoke intense physical and emotional feelings right inside your body. We're talking words like freedom, joy, excitement, or profound love. Think for a second, what's a word that literally gives you goosebumps? That is the exact feeling you want to capture, writing it out as if it's happening to you right in this very moment. Once you've got that highly emotional 17-second sentence locked in, you start the daily routine. Step 1, the second you wake up, you write it out 3 times to set your intention for the day. Step 2, right around your lunch break, you write that exact same sentence 6 times to really amplify the energy. And step 3, right before your head hits the pillow, you write it 9 times to set that manifestation in stone. You do this consistently every single day. Some sources say to do a 33-day cycle, others suggest 21 days, but the real key is the consistent repetition while you deeply focus on the feeling of already achieving the goal. Let's pivot slightly to Section 3, the alternative alarm approach, mental repetition. Okay, but what if you just aren't the journaling type? No worries, there's an alternative called the alarm method, and it is brilliantly simple. First, you just pick 3 specific things you want to manifest. Let's say increasing your revenue, securing a new client, and upgrading a product line. Next, you set 6 alarms on your phone to go off at random points throughout your day. Finally, whenever one of those alarms sounds, you just pause what you're doing and mentally repeat each of your 3 desires exactly 9 times in your head. It's a great way to keep your aspirations constantly top of mind, even on your absolute busiest days, and you never even have to open a notebook. So the crucial takeaway here is just choosing the approach that actually works for you.
On one hand, you've got the journaling routine. It's super tactile, and it's fantastic for folks who really love structured morning and evening rituals to connect with their feelings. On the other hand, the 6 alarms method is absolutely perfect for integrating your goals seamlessly into a fast-paced, modern schedule. Honestly, neither one is right or wrong. It's simply about how you personally prefer to focus your energy and maintain that daily consistency.
All right, let's get into the science. Section 4, the psychology of manifestation, grounding the 369 method. Let's look at how this builds out into the realm of hard science. Because beyond all the spiritual and energetic teachings, there's some very real biological and psychological science explaining why repeating your goals actually works to change your reality. You know when you learn a new word or maybe buy a new car and suddenly you start seeing it literally everywhere? That is your reticular activating system, or RAS, at work. It's this network in your brain that filters out the millions of pieces of data hitting you every day, and it prioritizes what it thinks is important to you. By writing or mentally repeating your goals 3, 6, and 9 times a day, you are quite literally training your brain's RAS to flag opportunities, resources, and pathways for success that you normally would have just ignored. And you know what goes way beyond just filtering information? This method heavily leverages fundamental psychological tools to bridge that gap between just wishing for something and actually achieving it. Intention setting pulls a vague, fuzzy goal into really clear focus. Positive affirmations physically reprogram your brain to get past those stubborn, limiting beliefs. Repetition builds the mental habit. And finally, self-efficacy. By visualizing your success so frequently, you're fostering a positive mindset that naturally inspires you to take the actual, real-world actions necessary to make your dreams happen. However, to be totally objective here, it is absolutely vital to note that manifestation is not some magic wand. Psychological research strongly cautions that maintaining a realistic outlook is key. Studies actually show that people with an incredibly strong belief in manifestation can sometimes be drawn to riskier financial investments, or they might experience totally unrealistic expectations regarding how quickly success is going to show up. The 369 method is an incredibly powerful tool to channel your focus for sure, but it has to be balanced with realistic effort and grounded decision-making. Which brings us to Section 5, Conclusion, Shaping Reality with Focus. So let's bring this all together. The 369 method beautifully weaves Nikola Tesla's mystical reverence for universal mathematics together with the very real, scientifically backed psychological benefits of daily intention and mental repetition. By aligning your energy, frequency, and vibration, you truly can train your brain to spot the opportunities that will shape your reality, essentially handing you Tesla's key to the universe. Which leaves us with one final, powerful question to think about. Whether you plan to journal 3 times in the morning or you're going to set 6 alarms on your phone today, the power of focused intention is totally undeniable. So I ask you, what are you going to focus your energy on for the next 17 seconds? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I hope you walk away ready to forge your own path.